Okay, DA, thanks. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got J.J. Redick. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic, and it's Hardaway in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the 3 spot. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. Just 5 on the clock. And a wide-open look for McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Tonight, Greg, 2 teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the foot.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Here are the Mavericks now. It's a 3-point game. Outside Hardaway. Cauley-Stein's shot is good.
Staying locked in. That's what helps Cauley-Stein finish off these challenging buckets over the defense.
McCollum outside. Doncic with the steal. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
Passes it to McCollum. Now, Nurkic. Here's Lillard. Step back shot. Portland no good that time either. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Here's Doncic following the basket by C.J. McCollum. And that one is good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. They trail by 1. The pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Pass to McCollum. From the arc. Offensive rebound. That shot off the mark. And the wide open shot from Redick. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley-Stein. Just a tremendous hustler on the offensive glass.
And it's McCollum in the corner. Pass to Lillard. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
I like to see this Lillard patient reading the D. He finds the open man.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Passes it to Redick. A minute 42 left in the first quarter. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis finds Redick. Cauley-Stein trying to free himself up. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And talk about persistence. Porzingis just being a bully on the offensive glass and punishing the opposition.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. The pass to Nurkic. Over Porzingis. And Portland again with the bucket.
Very capable of knocking it down from the mid-range. Nurkic is a guy you must stay tight with.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic kicks to Redick. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That one wide left.
He makes a lot more of those than he misses. Not sure what threw him off right there.
And the basket by McCollum. The Mavericks have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. It's Redick on the wing. Back to Doncic. Porzingis on the follow. Porzingis has got 7.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. McCollum passes to Covington. Back to McCollum. Takes a three. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Stolen by McCollum. Lillard from outside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Maverick. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Just cashing in on second chance opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Well, it's part of their strategy coming in, no doubt. And there may not be that much their opponent can do about it.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Powell is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. The shot by Powell, no good. The Mavericks leading.
And a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Powell had an excellent college career, yet he fell to the second round of the draft. Didn't even hear his name called as he was selected during a commercial break. Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Oh, you know what it is. One play at a time. That's got to be the mindset, especially in such a tight game.
Now here's Brunson. Powell inside. Covered by Anthony. The shot by Powell, no good. And G.A., even when he did arrive to the NBA, it took Powell a while to latch on.
You know, traded a couple times in his first year. He was assigned and recalled 10 times in about a month with Boston's D-League affiliate. Finally found a home in Dallas. Everything turned around from that point forward.
Now here's Brunson. He's guarded closely. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Powell.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Pass to Powell. From deep. Unable to get that one. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. The feed to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
Oh, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Pass to Anthony. He kicks it to Powell. A rebound by Marjanovic.
With the D playing soft off him, he might have been better off taking it to the hoop instead of settling for the jump. Hard work on the boards, a lot of competition for that one, but he's got the limp to be the first one too.
Powell, that's good.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. From the high post. That one, no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. To the inside. Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Brunson scanning the floor. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Collins finds Canner. Here's Simons. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Pass to Anthony. Here's Simons. There's the pass to Collins. Over Brunson. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Tipped away. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney-Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Now, here's Cantor. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Poke loose. Anthony right side. Here's Powell. Portland no good that time either.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And here's Richardson outside. Dallas keeping it alive. A fresh 14. Marjanovic passes to Finney Smith. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Second chance shot. Offensive rebound Mavericks. Powell kicks to Finney Smith. Powell trying to free himself up. Finney Smith can't get it to go.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Lillard misses. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
You got to love the decision-making from Willie Cauley-Stein. I mean, aware he must keep improving his passing.
Here's Lillard. Yep, it counts.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Dallas.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They were never able to get the lead above 4.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. C.J. McCollum really making a difference here.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. McCollum passes to Nurkic. It's McCollum on the wing, covered by Redick. And it's McCollum off the drive.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Lillard against Doncic. 6 on the shot clock from outside the arc. And Jones pulls it down.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
Man, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table, but in reality they got to fill some roles, right? And you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Here's Doncic following the basket by C.J. McCollum. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Up top, Doncic, covered by Lillard. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
Now here's McCollum. 12 points for him. To the right side. From deep 3-point range, Lillard misses. Nurkic with the steal. Inside. Count that one.
Quick, accurate release. McCollum thrives on catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Mavericks leading by 4.
And Yusuf Nurkic, missing a whole calendar year not too long ago, was still involved with the team during that stretch and was a fixture on their bench.
Yeah, shout out to my boy Nurkic, but hey, bro, you had some wild shirts on the sideline. I couldn't even watch the game. You was over there dizzying cats up. But I know you were doing your thing, but he would use clothing to call out other players, teams, and commentators. Nurkic doesn't mince words, and I'm glad he's back and playing. He has shot them in the foot with his inability to make shots tonight.
Redick with the bucket.
It's fun to watch Redick score, continuing to prove he can get it done in many different ways.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard attacking.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
This is why they go to him. When the game is tight, he ups his intensity level.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. 11 points for Porzingis.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Covington finds Lillard. On the wing, Jones. Lillard looking around. And it's Lillard again missing.
And they continue to control the glass.
Redick with the bucket.
This isn't surprising. Redick's range extends out way beyond the perimeter. I mean, he's this dialed in.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard attacking, and the rejection by Cauley Stein.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Outside, Redick out to the right wing. Nurkic against Porzingis. And here's Doncic from the arc. The offensive rebound. Cauley Stein kicks to Hardaway. Pass to Redick. 6 to shoot. Out to Hardaway. Launches it. And it's Portland with the rebound. McCollum left side. The putback clanks. The putback jam. Wide open look here for Cauley Stein. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Porzingis is out there with Willie Cauley Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Redick in at the 2 guard. Doncic outside. Yep, that one goes. Doncic has got the lead up to 9 now for the Mavs.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
Pass to Powell. There's the triple. A three-pointer is right on target. Powell's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, that's almost a sure thing when you leave him that wide open on the perimeter. I mean, that's his sweet spot.
Doncic outside. And it goes down 2 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
And so they foul intentionally. And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Here's Powell. Passes it to Simons. Richardson against Powell. No good on the 3.
And they have built their advantage on the scoreboard here by doing all the little things.
To the paint, stolen by Collins. And now Portland on the break. The shot by Powell, no good.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
And Marjanovic with the slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. It's Richardson on the wing. Shoots over Powell. That one off the back iron and out. Trailblazers trail by 8. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now here's Brunson. Guarded closer. Out to the right wing. Launches a 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Powell kicks to Finney-Smith. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Clock at 6. Now Cantor. Now here's Powell. Anthony with it. The pass to Cantor. Deflects the pass to the wing right side. And here's Collins from outside.
Bad shots. This is the time to work the ball inside and get the best shot possible. That's the way to make the comeback happen.
Now here's Brunson. He's covered closely. Marjanovic down low. He's against Cantor. Here's Finney-Smith. Back to Marjanovic. Shoots over Cantor.
Nice contest by Cantor that time. It's a portion of his game he's improved on after on D.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Lillard fires away from way outside. Over Doncic. It drops. And now they trail by just 4.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
Lillard against Doncic. There's the dish to Redick. Shot clock at 6. Feeds to Cauley Stein. Makes it off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by 6.
You got to do more than that to slow Cauley Stein down. I mean, he's used to absorbing contact while shooting.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. McCollum finds Nurkic. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard with it. 3-pointer. Here's Covington. It falls.
What a calm player. I mean, Covington, even in high-stakes situations, he feels comfortable firing away.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5. Second one is good. Hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Oh, you got to just have a sense of calm at the line. He has it here, and he just put the game to bed.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to... And with pregame.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, we've got Kawhi Leonard, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. Now, here's Nurkic. Such a wide-open look. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight, Greg. Did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul. Lillard against Beverley. From deep. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. We've played just over a minute here in the first. It's George on the wing. Ibaka finds Beverley. Outside for George. Misses the 3. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Lillard outside. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. And yes, it's good.
Man, both on balance and on point. Damian working through that mid-range area now.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's George. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Now, here's Lillard. And then Lillard slams it in.
What a luxury for a staff to have a guard who can do this. Lillard able to elevate quickly for the monster jam.
Outside, George. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And oh, here we go. McCollum's got it. The fast break chance. And Portland again with the bucket.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
George looking over the floor. George double teamed. Pass to Beverley. High post to Ibaka. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's foul number 2 for him.
Now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter, everything changes for him. He's got to be more careful on defense.
Now here is George. That shot no good. Good D by Covington. Jones the pass to McCollum. Over Morris. McCollum no good. Clippers trail by 7. Beverley with the ball. Lillard picks him up. Nobody near George. They get it again.
And the ability to generate points off offensive rebounds, something Ibaka did a lot earlier in his career before he started spending so much time on the perimeter.
Now here's Lillard. To the middle. He's looking for Leonard and finds him. And they're running. Oh, Leonard in position. It's stolen by Jones. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got 7.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Here's George. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Robert Covington picks one up.
Yeah, I think you got to be cautious when you guard Paul George. He's not afraid of the contact, and that time welcomed it. Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Lillard attacking. Comes up empty down low.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Just so good at rising, firing, and dismantling defenses.
George passes to Ibaka. Pass to Beverly. Outside, George. 6 on the shot clock. They get a hand on it. Covington with the steal. McCollum kicks to Lillard. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. From deep. Again, the miss by Lillard. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. And that does it for the first quarter. Portland out in front. They're up by 7. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. On the floor for Portland, they've got Enes Kanter. Anthony is out there with Collins. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Passes to Kennard. He feeds it to Batum. Count it. Good.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Lets it go with a 3. Here's Kanter. In the corner, Powell with it. Simons surveying the D. Stolen away. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Powell, that's good. Powell's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
Like the execution there from Kanter. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
The drive by Jackson. Lays it up and banks it in. Jackson's got his first bucket in this one.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the deep thinking jump shot. Gave a little pump fake and then off to the races.
Kanter with it. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Melo getting up there at 6'8", rising up and getting to the rim for the throwdown.
And here's Jackson. Outside, Batum. Kennard on the wing. Hits the three-point bomb. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way. And there's the pass to Zubac. Now Kennard, guarded by Powell. Powell against Kennard. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
1:56 left now here in the second. Here's Simons. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Jackson, and the dunk by Jackson.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Here's Simons. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now Beverly. Leonard looking over the floor. He kicks it to Morris. A three-pointer, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Well, we talk a lot about the bully ball that Carmelo can play with on display that time.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Derek Jones comes in for Collins. McCollum's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Now here's Beverly. Pass to George. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Nurkic finds Lillard. Shoots. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Lillard's got 8.
Well, off the bounce, we know he's good, but off of the kickouts, he can still get it done. That one rings true.
George against McCollum. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first. As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And Melo's still bringing the passion to the floor. No matter what's going on around, he's still going to be a gamer.
Now, here's George with 1 on the clock. And, he hits the buzzer beater. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, Best. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They have a 9-point lead. Shaq. Thanks for joining us.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the way he goes at defenders, he is bound to get to the line just like he did there in that first half.
They're almost inviting contact, that attack mentality on full display.
Patrick Beverly out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the center position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Just 3 to shoot and stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. Kicks it out to McCollum. Knocks down the 3 ball. McCollum's got the lead up to 12 now for the Trailblazers.
Just so hard defensively to stay after McCollum. He can be elusive, and then he can score from anywhere.
Here's George. Makes good on the step-back jumper. George has got 8.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Over to the wing. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That's foul number 2 for him. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Morris.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time he might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 10. Chalk up 2 there. And the Trailblazers lead by 12.
I know CJ plays the two-guard position alongside Lillard, but he does have point guard vision, and that's a great find.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Marcus Morris has raised some eyebrows in the last couple of years, just being a much more efficient scorer.
And last season, Marcus Morris is named one of the hottest on the trade market.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in Marcus Morris's offseason a year ago. A lot of contenders looking to add him to the roster. Handshake deal with the Spurs, switched to the Knicks, and then eventually traded to the Clippers. So grab your musical chair and try to find a seat.
McCollum, no good. And here's George. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 10. Morris, no good.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's McCollum. Lillard with no one around. The three-pointer off the mark. The Clippers shooting 40% from the field. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And it's Lillard missing. Clippers trail by 8. Stolen by McCollum. It's 2-on-1. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
Now, here's George. Shoots over Lillard. Here's Beverly. Outside for George. A three from Morris. Rebound by Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 10. To the inside. And the dunk by Covington.
Using that athleticism to convert the alley-oop. Covington is simply a difference maker out there.
George dishes to Morris. Back to George. Over McCollum. And the Clippers miss again.
Now that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
That one's not going to go. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Three-pointer, Lillard. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
George with the ball. Now defended by McCollum.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
Here's Lillard. He's got 13, and now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Now here's Powell. Feeds it to Carmelo. Back to Powell. Kicks to Cantor. 5 to shoot. With the tip, and Collins is right there. Collins has got his first points in this one.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Here's Simons, guarded by Jackson. Simons, the pass to Anthony. He dishes it to Powell. A 3-ball. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Kennard for 3. And the 3-ball is good. Kennard's got 6. 12 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Simons.
He's got so many ways to score in the post. Just nifty, uses fakes. You have to have a body on him every time he's down there.
And so it's Portland enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them And what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, they've got Powell, Anthony out there with Ennis Cantor. Then it's Collins, and it's Simons in the point.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And Greg, you play with some big personalities. Talk about the best way to manage egos and conflicts in the locker room. That's a very interesting topic.
No doubt about it. You know, Kev, first thing you learn from middle school on, your team is your family. And let's face it, all families have spats, and so do teams. You just learn to never personalize those things, never leave any stone unturned. Like, don't let things fester. When there are issues, you address them. And if you're not taking things personally, you tend to be able to work through whatever issues you may come in front of.
Good advice. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Jackson.
Yeah, in this offense and in this structure, there's going to be opportunities to get a lot more assists for Cousins.
Here's Simons. Pass to Cantor. And there's the feed to Collins. Back to Cantor. Just 4 to shoot. And another turnover here by Portland. Looking to get on the board here in the fourth still. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Passes it to Cousins. Covington with the steal. Lillard with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Jones the pass to Lillard. And a miss there on the triple.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Back to Kennard. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, his shots aren't dropping, and they haven't been able to keep pace, but they trust him enough to keep going to him, see if he can find it.
Here's Jackson following the basket by C.J. McCollum. And they call an illegal screen here.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
McCollum outside. Back to Lillard. Inside, Covington, the dunk, and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. Marcus Morris picks one up there. Free throw drops for Covington. And so George will bring it up for Los Angeles. 15-point game. Covington with the steal. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. McCollum, no good for Los Angeles. They've gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make. Los Angeles with another miss.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Beverly against Lillard. Gets the three-pointer to fall. And the Trailblazers lead by 18.
Give them credit. They've worked hard all game, now looking to finish it.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for Portland.
Looking at both these teams, they're great rebounders, and on any given night, you might not know who would have the advantage on the board.
They made the most of those extra rebounds as well, Kevin.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Damian Lillard.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
Here's Beverly following the basket by Marcus Morris. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his third foul of the game. Trailblazers leading by 16. Outside, Covington. Knocks it loose. And he knocks down the first one. And both free throws good for Covington. Clippers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Leonard attacking. And Ibaka slams it in.
Yeah, leaving nothing to chance there. Ibaka goes up strong and finishes with a little attitude.
The pass to Nurkic. And it's McCollum in the corner. Connects from three-point range.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game. But once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Nurkic against Beverly. Nurkic dishes to Jones. That three off the mark. Here's Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
And don't give a cerebral player like Leonard that kind of opening. He'll read that gap.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. And in the win, a comfortable win. Their fans are ready, and if this shot from earlier is any...
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Here are the five for the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's Ibaka in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Dallas, we've got Hardaway. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Doncic in at the guard position. Now here's Leonard. 6 to shoot. From about 16, it's rebounded by Dallas.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
The shot by Redick, no good. They're running. George with the ball. He's picked up by Doncic. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Fast break, Dallas. Porzingis has got the ball. And the shot goes in.
How about Porzingis? Shrugs off the hit. That work in the weight room paying off already. You gotta love the time he's put in to make himself a challenge.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
And a year ago, he was an 80% shooter at the line, so that's more than acceptable. And when you watch Hardaway shoot, one thing that stands out, he has a very quick release.
And, Greg, that's what makes the jumper very tough to contest, especially when he's dialing it up from range. You have to stay connected to this guy defensively. It's not easy to do with the other weapons on this team.
Now, here's Doncic. Pass to Hardaway. It's Redick on the wing. Back to Hardaway. Dishes to Doncic. His three-pointer's off the mark. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a three-point game. A nice shot by George.
Well, the three-point shooting of Paul George is an important attribute. Because he can put it on the deck, he's got to balance it with that kind of look right there.
Now, here's Doncic. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac. George against Porzingis. Outside Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from George.
Don't you love it when you've got a small forward who can pass the basketball just like Paul George did there? Makes it look easy.
Doncic feeling it out. From deep three-point range. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
Yet another miss. Just 1 for 5. Not exactly an ideal start.
And he gets it to go.
This guy is such an intelligent guard. Patrick Beverley finding a driving lane and finishing.
It's Redick on the wing to end the run. The rebound by Ibaka. Ibaka's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court he makes a lot of noise.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Doncic outside. Puts up a 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Back to George. Clippers moving the ball around. Doncic with the steal. Fast break, Dallas on up the court. Redick with the bucket.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
Now here's Beverley. Now Leonard. Poked away. Porzingis with the steal. And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Over George. Doncic passes to Redick. Back to Doncic. At 6. Over George. That's short off the rim.
No doubt the quarter just not going his way. Still scoreless.
Leonard, no luck.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake.
With the putback.
And I don't care what his size is. You cannot forget to box him out. He's just got a nose for the ball, and he is fearless in attacking the glass.
Beverley with the ball. Kicks it to George. Wide open. Good as the jump shot falls. George has got 5.
There's a rhythm with which Paul George plays the game of basketball. That pace is so important.
Redick passes to CLA Stein. Outside, Porzingis. CLA Stein goes in. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, this speaks to the feel that Kristaps Porzingis has for the game of basketball. If you're open, he'll find you.
And Beverley kicks to Leonard. He gets it in there. He's got 6.
This guy reads situations so well, and he knows how to execute.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Clippers ahead, leading by 4. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
So for the Clippers right now, Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Ibaka. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Outside, George. Craig, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching.
It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Bangs home the trifecta. Doncic has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's the pass to George. Just about a minute and a half has gone by here in the second. Nice move. He stepped back and cast it up. George has got 4 points this quarter.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Here's Powell, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Now Powell really using that length of his to draw fouls. Great anticipation from the young big.
Dallas shooting their second and third shots at the... And yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Boy, Dwight Powell is such a hard-playing, athletic big man. He could fit himself into any scheme right now.
Kennard for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Burke. But he gets it back. Here's Finney-Smith. It's good. The assist that time from Burke. Finney-Smith's got the game tied up here for the man. Outside Jackson. Pass to Cousins. A 3 from Morris. He can't hit that time. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Kennard against Marjanovic. Got a piece of it. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Batum's running. It's deflected. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Dallas moving it around. 1:57 left in the first half. Powell, that's good.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Now here's Burke. Tight defense on him. Stolen by Jackson. Now the Clippers moving it up. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Had the space there, but it's offline. The Mavericks trailing. Here's Marjanovic, and he converts the layup.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Pass to Cousins. In the corner, Kennard with it. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Burke, the pass to Marjanovic. It's good. Marjanovic has got 4 points this quarter.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Now here's Jackson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Kennard from the arc. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. The Mavericks leading. And here we go. Fast break. Burke's got it. And the rejection by Cousins. And here's Morris for three. It's hauled in by Richardson. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Burke. Over Jackson. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a...
Thanks, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter under...
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They didn't get more than a one-possession lead. And
in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Paul George really making a difference here.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You know, as a coach, you can preach good shot selection, but it's up to the players to execute, and this guy has done just that.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Josh Richardson. Marjanovic is out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Trey Burke, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Here's Jackson. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Jackson's got his first 2 points.
And good to see Jackson finish closer in. Not a guard who just chucks up threes. Can find the creases with that handle.
The pass to Marjanovic. He kicks it to Burke. Powell with it. 6 on the shot clock. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Boy, Powell is proving to be a handful inside. Does a good job utilizing his long arms to get the call.
Boy, your alma mater, UNLV, Greg, has produced some great NBA players over the years. I mean, so many great names.
No doubt about it. Listen, I got a special place in my heart for my former teammates Larry Johnson and Stacey Augmon.
Right.
But also guys like Sean Marion. You go back to Reggie Theus, who was a tremendous player. And right now in the league, you got Kim Birch, dunk champ Derrick Jones, and up-and-comer in Christian Wood.
Good mentions. Now here's Burke, defended by Beverly. Burke kicks to Finney-Smith. Here's Marjanovic. Kicks it out to Richardson. Here's Finney-Smith. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, as slow a start as you could have. Just 1 for 4 from the field. They're struggling.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Leonard, that's for 2. Los Angeles with a fresh shot clock. Shoots the 3. He can't get it to go.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
And here's Beverly. Pass to Ibaka. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Leonard, that's for 2. That's good on the jump shot. Leonard's got 8.
Now, Kawhi Leonard consistently efficient with his scoring ability. Nice jumper.
Doncic against George. The drive by Doncic. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
And likes the view from there. He's a strong mid-range shooter.
Well, sometimes when you've got size, your release point is so high that you're going to get a good look no matter what.
Out to Ibaka. Launches a three. He's off on that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Well, you want some unselfishness from a guy who's capable of scoring. And Tim Hardaway says, you know what? My teammate's open. I'm going to get him the ball.
George passes to Leonard. Doncic against George. It's rebounded by Dallas.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Beverly against Redick. Out to Ibaka. Nobody near George. Los Angeles with another miss.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. 52 seconds left in the third. Passes it to Cauley Stein. Back to Doncic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Hardaway finds Porzingis. 5 on the clock. Over Ibaka. Porzingis can't hit. Clippers trail by 8. And here's George for 3. And it's George again missing. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Outside, Redick. Back to Doncic. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Great positioning on the putback.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Beverly looking around. They need this one. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. That one doesn't go. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're here now, a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver. And he did just that.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th and final quarter. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the 4th, they've got Batum. Reggie Jackson out there with Luke Kennard. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint. What
an effective, efficient offensive possession. They'd love to get that shot every trip down the floor.
Now Burke, Richardson outside. Pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
And Cousins kicks to Kennard. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Kennard's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
Burke with it. The pass to Richardson. Powell with it. Defended by Batum. Batum against Powell. Richardson. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
That's good from Richardson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. They trail by 11. Pass to Cousins. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
You have to guard DeMarcus Cousins wherever he is on the floor. I don't care if it's the mid-range. Get a hand up and contest.
Out to the right wing. There's the 3. Drills it from outside. Finney Smith's got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. His concern was both their inconsistency and their amount of three-point shots. He said, let's move the ball for good shots. If you have an open three, take it. Otherwise, let's attack the rim and put some pressure on these guys. Kevin?
All right, David, thanks. And the wide-open shot from Redick. No good from outside. Clippers trail by 9. Lob pass to George. An emphatic LU jam.
And plays like that demonstrate Paul George's athletic ability. He's not just an elite scorer. He is a high flyer.
Outside, Redick. 1:52 left here in the fourth quarter. A good look from Doncic. Dallas, no good that time either. The Clippers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Here's Cousins. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
DeMarcus Cousins leaves no doubt in a big moment. Big-time play.
Mavericks leading by 5. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Doncic against George. And Doncic gets it to go.
We know this. Doncic is an aggressive, thirsty scorer. If you allow airspace, even in the mid-range, he's going to make you pay.
Left side, George. Good. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Paul George loves delivering when the game is on the line at his absolute best. Outside,
Redick. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers trail by 5. Out to the right wing. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Hardaway against Leonard. Back to Cousins. Porzingis with the steal. Here's Porzingis with fast break chance. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Nails the corner 3.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Floats it up for Cousins. Hammers the alley-oop through.
No moment ever too big for the big man, DeMarcus Cousins. Go ahead, sir.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Redick passes to Cauley Stein. Back to Redick. There's the triple. Another 3 for Dallas.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've gotten hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Now here is Hardaway. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come up, let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Jones in at the small forward position. And for the Mavericks, you've got Luka Doncic. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Hardaway in at the 3 spot. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
McCollum against Doncic. Jones dishes to McCollum. Here's Nurkic. Jones trying to get open. That shot misses. Dallas has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist by Porzingis.
Excellent confidence from Redick. Really good. I mean, taking his time, his form, textbook.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
76% from the line a season ago.
You know, yeah, guys, last year was a rough one for him at the stripe. I mean, it's going to be hard for him not to improve on those numbers. They were that bad.
It's Redick on the wing. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's on target from the wing. Redick's got 5 now.
Ooh, that is a tough shot.
Lillard scanning the floor. And then Lillard slams it in.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Here's Doncic. Has to call his stop. Back to Doncic. From deep. No good on that one. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Three-pointer, Lillard. Offensive rebound.
And this is where Nurkic gets a lot of his points. Staying active even after the shot goes up.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. To the paint. Here's Redick. Out to Porzingis. Shoots over Nurkic. Nice shot by Porzingis. Greg, who are your favorite players to watch in the NBA?
Boy, that's a tough one. You know, you gotta like the guys that have changed the game in some regards, right? Steph, KD, and Giannis. Those are 3 guys that are just doing things that don't seem normal.
True.
Then others who remind you of past greatness. You know, Jason Tatum with Kobe, or maybe an Anthony Davis with Hakeem. And those are guys that I love. And then the other guy, listen, LeBron James. I could watch him play basketball every day. You know, to do what he's done at this stage of his career, I just think it's incredible. And I think our game is in great shape.
Agree on all counts. Lillard with no one around. And another 3 for Portland.
Seems like he can't miss right now, guys. I mean, completely in the zone this quarter.
Doncic against Lillard. Porzingis inside. Back to Doncic. Covington with the steal. And stolen by Redick. And here we go. The 3 for Doncic. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Trailblazers. Lillard, the pass to Covington. It's McCollum on the wing. From outside the arc. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Redick with the 3. Up again. Porzingis on the foul.
You know, fellas, I like the aggressiveness Porzingis is showing on the glass. I mean, getting good positioning and using that big body when shots go up. That's why he's boarding it well.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And here's McCollum for 3. And Jones gets it to go in on the assist by McCollum.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Lillard against Doncic. Can't hit from the elbow.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He notched 8 points. And before the game, we talked to Damian Lillard. You know, Greg, he is still...
I don't fear nobody.
And if Lillard's proved anything to us, Greg, in his career, you know he loves a challenge.
One of the premier big shot makers in this game. I don't know if there's anyone you'd rather give the ball to in crunch time.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
Powell is out there with Marjanovic. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Richardson, and it's Finney Smith in at the 3. So that's who Dallas starts the second with.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Brunson the pass to Richardson. Back to Brunson. Unloads. Here's Powell. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Boy, intensity always a good thing, and Powell brings it solid at getting after offensive rebounds for his team.
Simons the pass to Powell. Bombs it up for Anthony.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Now here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Richardson outside. That three off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 4. Powell for 3. It's rebounded by Brunson. Cantor kicks to Powell. Here's Simons. Richardson cover. Anthony trying to get open. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Portland.
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Also, what passing we've seen from them here early. I mean, there could be a big number in the assist column if this keeps up.
Here's the 3. Brunson, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Powell finds Cantor, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Cantor's got the lead up to 8 now for the Trailblazers. Brunson scanning the floor. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Enes Kanter. The Mavericks shooting their first free throws of the game.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Greg, I think of you in a New York Knicks uniform, legendary arena you played in. What was that experience like?
Kevin, intense. I remember the first time I suited up in a preseason game. We played the Dallas Mavericks. Both teams went up and down the court 3 times and nobody scored, and the fans started booing. And that's when I knew this is a little bit different. You better bring your A game.
And thicker skin, correct?
That too, yeah. And fortunately, there was no social media or internet back then. Goodness gracious.
Marjanovic down low. He's covered by Cantor.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
Here's Simons. Now the pass to Powell. Over Richardson. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. There's 1:40 left in the first half of the game. Brunson with it. Richardson outside. A three-pointer, no good.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
1:09 left to play here in the half. Richardson against Powell. Richardson the pass to Marjanovic. And the rejection by Collins. But he stays with it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Marjanovic. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the mobile 1 block.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Throws it up high.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
Here's Doncic. A shot by CLA Stein, no good. And here's Portland. They're on a 14-6 run, and that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Covington dishes to Lillard. Just 5 to shoot. 18 feet out. And finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
And so it's Portland with a 10-point lead. All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away after the break. We'll see you right back here for...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they were up by 2. And that...
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
On the floor for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. Doncic against Lillard. Jacks up a 3. Wow, drew the... And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing that that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review. And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
And then Lillard slams it in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Mavericks trail by 16. Brunson kicks to Richardson. Fires for 3. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Left side, Covington. It's Lillard, top of the key. No good on the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, Josh Richardson, really the kind of guy every team could use because he's got a well-balanced 3 and D game. He does a lot for his team, brings a lot of value to whoever he plays for.
And Richardson drops them both. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. McCollum passes to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Oh, Covington in position. Here's Finney-Smith. Sinks the three-pointer. Finney-Smith's got his first 3 points of the game.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big-time mistake.
Lillard, the pass to Covington. Just 5 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Finney-Smith passes to Richardson. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots, so when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Brunson up top. Pass to Kleba. Stolen by Collins. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Portland.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Well, you've also got to love how aggressively they've taken that ball to the basket and scored off dribble penetration.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Doncic outside. For the 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Doncic has got 8 points.
Boy, you better get out there on this guy. Doncic is prime time for real from that 3-point line.
It's Powell on the wing. Portland again missing. Mavericks trail by 12. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
Powell for 3. Trains the three-pointer. 7 points in the game.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Redick up top. 1 second left. And he lays it up and in.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. Their defense. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Doncic out there with J.J. Redick. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Porzingis in at the 5.
You know, he's the 3rd pick in the 2018 draft, guys, and Doncic seems poised to dominate this league for a lot of years.
Powell for 3, and another 3 for Portland. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. Redick against Powell. Passes it to Simons. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Mavericks trail by 9. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. And the dunk by Doncic.
Boy, showing you some power there, fellas. I mean, nice to see Doncic get up and drop it in with force that time.
Here's Simons. Pass to Powell. From past the arc. The Mavericks pull it in.
You know, defensively, you just can't afford to give him that much room. They're fortunate that he missed that one.
And they go to the intentional foul. Porzingis inside. And on Nurkic. Now here's Redick. He's guarded by Nurkic. 5 to shoot. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And still early in the period, and they're only one foul away from being over the limit.
Doncic against Lillard.
Boy, you look at Covington on defense. His wingspan and speed make him hard to get around.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Back to Lillard. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And he's all over that shot, has it read the whole way and gets the position he needs to make a play.
Lillard at 10. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And when Lillard sees an opening, he takes full advantage, skilled at drawing contact.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Here's Doncic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Robert Covington picks one up.
Boy, I tell you what, Doncic plays with really good energy and awareness, but also he's got a quiet physicality to him, and he doesn't mind being bumped around when he's trying to score.
All free throws good from Doncic.
And you just knew he wasn't going to miss that one, not with so much riding on it.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Redick with the rebound. And here's Redick. He'll bring it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 5. Hardaway with a wide-open look. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
Unflappable under pressure. You see why they give it to Hardaway Jr. Because he knows how to rise to the occasion.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith checked in for Hardaway. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He really got after him in the huddle. He said, look, you can rest after the game. You got to put it all out there if you want to win this one. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. Alert against Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
Doncic not afraid of the moment, actually embraces the spotlight. This guy steps up big when needed most.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Covington. And Covington stays with it. Covington's got his first basket.
Man, I tell you what, you just really got to admire and respect the fearlessness of Covington. Never backs away from taking a crucial shot.
Now, Doncic. And the pass to Richardson. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Doncic. They grab their own miss.
Fortitude and want to. That's what Richardson is showing you there with that big bucket when they need it.
Lillard against Doncic. Floats it out there for Nurkic. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And the swag Nurkic plays with, it's infectious. He doesn't back down from taking a big shot.
Lillard against Doncic. Right wing. Marjanovic kicks to Doncic to tie it up. That doesn't go either for Doncic. Guys, they're not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
Good composure from the line there. Those shots sealed it.
The three for Doncic. Knocks down the three.
No fear or hesitation in the eyes of Doncic. He loves the chance to take and make these big ones.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus. We'll go to the line to shoot two. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. Dallas calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. Just 4 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And here are the Mavericks now. The putback, it's in!
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Doncic with the steal, and the Mavericks call time here. They're behind by 2. 1 second left in the fourth quarter. Here's what's your take?
And with under 2 seconds remaining, they need something quick. Don't have time for an extra pass here, but they want to try for a 3 off the inbound play and go for the win. Definitely doable.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up for And here were the Clippers arriving earlier, getting mentally. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then there's Batum. Then it's Paul George. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot. And for Portland, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Powell. And it's Nurkic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here's Lillard. Misses the 3. McCollum against Morris. Pass to Leonard. Makes it off the glass.
You can see the work Kawhi has put into his ball handling. Gets separation almost any time he wants.
Lillard outside. High post, Nurkic. And it's McCollum in the corner. Shot clock at 5. Got a piece of it. And Nurkic gets it to go.
And with his skill, Nurkic can score from anywhere on the court. But when you're 280, his skills probably better utilized inside.
Now here's Jackson. Now the feed to Batum. And it's Leonard top of the key. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Beyond the arc. The shot, no good. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. Here's Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Now here's Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Jackson has the open look. Here's Morris. Good D by Covington.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Powell, no one around him, and he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Here's Batum. The shot's good on the assist by George.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Lillard. And a wide open look for McCollum. Powell. The tip in on the offensive rebound. Powell's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Here's George. Over McCollum. And George kicks to Morris. Portland grabs the miss.
Yeah, he's kicking himself. No defenders to be found in that mid-range area.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his first foul. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Down low. Stolen by Jackson.
Yeah, tough entry pass. You want to kick the ball down low, but you have to be crafty about how you do it.
George. And that one hits back iron. And so it's Covington who brings up the ball for the Portland Trail Blazers. Powell kicks to Nurkic. Lillard against George. Steps back and shoots. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Batum finds George. Clippers moving the ball around. On the wing, George. The pass to Leonard. And here's Nurkic. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. Powell for three. And he's good on the three ball. Powell's got 7 points. Clippers trail by 5.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And the Clippers miss again. And Portland with the ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Back to McCollum. Kicks to Nurkic. Lillard outside. And it's McCollum in the corner. 5 on the clock. Lillard outside. Offensive rebound. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Portland out in front, up by 5. From Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how
humble beginnings. You know, I'm from.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a 5-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Yes, you know this, GA. Back in our day, and any day really, if you don't block out somebody, you will sit down.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Batuma's out there with Morris. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Reggie Jackson. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. So Portland ends up going with the new group. Here's Anthony. The shot, no good. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Passes it to Beverly. To the inside. Here's Kennard. A rebound by Simons. Trailblazers leading by 7. Hollis Jefferson passes to Anthony. And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Jones, no luck.
Yeah, and what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Basket counts. Anthony's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. Greg, who would you choose as the best defenders of the NBA pick and roll?
Oof. That is a tough one. This will surprise some people. Nikola Jokic is one of the better big men defending the pick and roll, in part because of his instincts. You know, he doesn't impress me in terms of his physical attributes, but his mind, the ability to anticipate, having a sense of how perimeter players play the game. He's a guy that's terrific. I'll give you an oldie but goodie in Andre Iguodala. He's still terrific. And I pick bigger guys because you've got to be able to switch that and guard smaller players. And, you know, at the center and the swing position, those are 2 guys that still are very reliable.
Here's Simons. That one's good from the corner. Clippers trail by 9. Everly with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Smitty, you know what Pat Beverly is going to bring every night. A fearless, ferocious, at times almost sociopathic level of intensity. And this guy just does not take a possession off.
You know, he's one of those guys I would have to question even playing with him. He plays so hard. I know I hate playing against him.
And Anthony gets double teamed. Simons, the pass to Hollis Jefferson. Lets it go from 11 down to 5 on the shot clock. It's deflected. Stolen by Beverly. Always going up for the alley-oop here. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
To the paint. It's tipped and stolen by Patterson. Kennard for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And Portland with another turnover here.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Clippers trail by 5. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter. And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points. Attacking the defense with the pass. Don't need to be a hero.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Trailblazers. Pass to Anthony. Outside, Jones. Tips it, and staying with the play, Anthony. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Challenging the defense at the rim, something he does very well. Excellent tip in.
30 seconds left in the second quarter. Beverly dishes to Patterson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Cantor's got 5 rebounds tonight. Lobs it up for Anthony. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
And Melo, a skilled shooter. If he gets a clean look, you expect him to make it.
Here's Beverly. Feeds it to Patterson. Count it. Patterson's got his second bucket.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And the first half is now in the books. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime, so we'll be back in just a bit.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust. And
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Clippers trail by 7. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the small forward. Morris kicks to Leonard. From outside, off the mark.
And they continue to control the glass.
Tremendous box out. I love how he bodied up, held his ground. Textbook, old school rebounding.
Rebounded by Covington. Covington's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Powell's got room. Cans the shot with nobody near him. Powell's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. Now, here's George. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. To the middle. Here's Batum. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist from Batum.
And dangerous in that catch-and-shoot game. In fact, anytime Morris can square up, he's a lot more consistent.
McCollum right side. Fires the 3. Headshot off. And the Clippers will come the other way. Here's George. And it's good off the back of the rim and in.
He has a deadly combination of length and skill. Paul can beat the defense time and time again.
Lillard with it. Guarded now by Jackson. And the dunk by Covington.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Also, if you can't get stops at this point, it really doesn't matter what you do at the offensive end.
Good on the 3-point shot. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And we talk about George's confidence. When you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
Pass to Lillard. The 3. Hits it from 3-point range. Lillard's got 5.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
The shot by Batum, no good. Portland leading by 7. No one near him. The shot by Powell, no good. Now the Clippers moving it up. The 3 from George. Portland grabs the miss. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Shoots from 12. Hits the front of the rim and out.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
That one good for 2.
Like a gazelle cruising down the court, Kawhi's difficult to stay with in transition.
Leonard against Powell. McCollum outside. Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with George. Nobody back.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. McCollum outside. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. It's good. He's got 7.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Leonard, the pass to Morris. Back to Leonard. It's his first trip to the line.
And last year, excellent at the free throw line. Just a shade under 90%.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level. Money from the stripe. He does a great job night in and night out.
Here's Simons. It's Reggie Jackson with the rebound. Kicks it out to Jones. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Cantor. .52 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Jackson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Anthony.
And Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
There's 37 seconds left to play here in the third. Anthony's shot is off.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
Los Angeles shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
And a guy who's bounced around the league a little. Surprising, given that Morris is a solid shooter and a pretty good defender in rebounding.
He is definitely disappointed. He couldn't put his team up in front, but at least he knotted this one up.
We've got 22 seconds left in the third. Here's Beverly. The pass to Ibaka. Back to Beverly. For the lead. No good. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Portland out in front, up 2. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got Marcus Morris. Patrick Beverly out there with Luke Kennard. And it's Ibaka, and it's man in at the 3 slot. Jones drives in, and it's the Clippers with the rebound. Pass to Kennard. All sorts of time. Doesn't go that time. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. On the basket by Jones.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down.
Beverly wide open. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Beverly's showing he can make things happen off the bounce.
For Portland, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Patterson, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's out of bounds. The Trailblazers able to retain possession here. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Here's Simons. Patterson defending. Here's Anthony. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. The Clippers trail. Beverly looking around. Pass to Kennard. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And you could see him give a little nod and then just burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
A pair of teammates, Greg, with a terrific feel for each other. Kennard on the wing. To tie it up. The shot comes out, so the Trailblazers will take it the other way.
This is how it's been so far. He's missed every shot he's taken, and the team is suffering the consequences.
Lobs it up for Ibaka, and Ibaka slams it in.
I'll tell you, for a veteran, Ibaka still gets sky high on these alley-oops.
He kicks to Beverly to take the lead, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 8 rebounds in this game, and he lobs it up toward the rim, and it's Anthony with the jam.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Here's Beverly. Portland grabs the miss. Cantor's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
Great pass to set your man up with a high percentage look.
We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Kennard for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here's Simons. The rebound by Patterson. Clippers trail by 5. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Shots good by Kennard. Kennard's got his first points of the game.
A fantastic competitor. The bigger the moment, the more Kennard wants the ball.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Pass to Powell. McCollum kicks to Covington. Inside. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 5.
Proof positive that Lillard is worthy. That's talent you can build a franchise around.
Leonard inside. Powell on him. And Leonard gets it to go.
Trying to ice this one. Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
104 left to play in the final quarter. Oh, Covington in position. And so George will bring it up for the Clippers. It's a 5-point game. 3-pointer. And the rebound by Nurkic.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
3-pointer, Lillard. McCollum finds Lillard. He wants to get it to Nurkic and does. 2 points. That one goes. Now it's a 7-point Trailblazer lead.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Reason why they tighten up the vice grip a little more each time up the floor. We'll see if they can close this one out.
McCollum outside. This is to Lillard. Back to McCollum. Now Lillard can't get it to fall. And so it's Portland winning this one. It was up, David. Thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks. The view high above our broad. Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Luka Doncic out there with J.J. Redick, and it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. And for the Clippers, they've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Jackson. Then it's Marcus Morris, and it's Leonard in at the 3 slot. Now here's Redick to the right side. Kleba inside, covered by Morris. Kleba with the bucket. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. 4-point game. There's the pass to Morris. And that one, good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Redick following the basket by Marcus Morris. And there it is for him.
And love how much Doncic believes in himself. It shows when he shoots off the pass like that.
The 3 from George. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That's his first foul. The Mavericks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Doncic with it.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Off the mark, his first miss of the game, 1 for 2. Jackson misses.
Just a bit of a rut here early, just 1 of 4 so far.
Redick with the 3. Kleba finds Doncic. It's good from long range. Doncic has got 5 points so far.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
The deep 3 from George. Los Angeles with another miss.
Still searching out their offensive game right now. 1 of 5 from the field to start this one.
The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
Well, you'd like to push Paul George out of the paint if possible. Goes into his bag of tricks to score that time.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Porzingis
utilizing his length well there on the offensive end. Porzingis drawing that contact.
This is his first free throw of the game.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
A big fella with the ability and confidence at the free throw line is something that every team wants. Don't have to make those late substitutions. Keep your big guys on the floor.
Here's Leonard. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Tim Hardaway picks one up.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story. Now, you don't see many of these opportunities for this team, but Kawhi, one guy who can get up there and get it done.
Doncic against Jackson. Passes to Kleba. Dallas moving the ball around. And there's Redick. That's good on the assist by Porzingis.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Clippers trail by 5. Jackson deciding where to go with it. They get it back.
Terrific score there off the miss by Morris. Doesn't get a ton of offensive rebounds, but making that one count.
Doncic outside. And Redick kicks to Doncic. Pass to Kleba. And Kleba slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here is George. And it's in there. George has got his second basket of the game.
That's a nice play by Paul George, showing a nice touch from the mid-range.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Jackson against Doncic. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. 19 seconds left in the first. From 13, Richardson, good.
Nice job, Richardson, playing now in the mid-range. That tells me his offensive game is showing confidence.
And here's Beverly to the wing right side. Shot's good by Ibaka.
Great execution. Could not have asked for a better shot.
And a good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Mavericks lead by 3. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Well, everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
Patrick Patterson is out there with Ibaka. Then it's Luke Kennard. Then it's Patrick Beverly. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. Brunson, good.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Kennard. And he banks in the layup.
And that's what the pump fake's there for. Get your man off his feet and drive right around him.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That is his first foul of the game. Richardson finds Marjanovic. There's the steal.
And really, that's why you don't want to go up into the air without a plan. Had no option of what to do with the ball.
Good route there from Beverly in transition. So quick and then really decisive on his line to the basket.
Now here's Brunson. Richardson outside. Pass to Cauley Stein. And here we go. Fast break. Beverly's got it. Here's Mann. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
This offense just continues to impress.
Mavericks trail by 3. Now here's Brunson. He kicks it to Richardson. Cauley Stein passes to Marjanovic. Over Ibaka. And the rejection by Ibaka. And Boban Marjanovic picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Clippers leading by 3. Quarter number 2. We're about 2 minutes in. Kennard against Richardson. Now Kennard. Shot clock at 5. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset.
Richardson the pass to Finney-Smith. Dallas moving it around. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Clippers in the lead. Beverly deciding where to go with it. Launches it. No good on the shot. And it's Dallas the other way. Deflects the pass. Fires from deep. It's rebounded by Dallas. Richardson outside. Out to the right wing. There's the lob to the hoop. The rebound by Ibaka. And so Ibaka will bring it up for the Clippers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Brunson with it. Now the pass to Finney-Smith. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks.
And really a lack of attention on their part. 4 points off of those turnovers that have gone the other way.
Jalen Brunson. He's checked in for Doncic. To the middle. Got a piece of it. Porzingis with the steal. Mavericks trail by 4. 51 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Brunson the pass to Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. And that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Mann. Kennard, the pass to Patterson. Back to Kennard. Down low. And he uses the glass on the layup. Patterson's got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Well, Patterson usually on the perimeter. This time down on the inside, doing a little bit of damage.
Brunson scanning the floor. No good on the triple. Here's Kennard. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And we are not going to halftime just yet. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the strong.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They kept at it on both. And that.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. Clippers leading by 8. On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. J.J. Redick is out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Hardaway in at the 3, the small forward. Kennard for 3. It doesn't go for him. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Fast break Dallas. Here's Porzingis. Good, and the assist goes to Hardaway. Porzingis has got the first basket of the second half. That one for Dallas. Beverly finds Kennard. To the left wing. Here's Patterson. A three-pointer off the mark.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Bob pass to Porzingis.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And Ibaka is right there. Ibaka's got 6.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And it's a completely new group for Los Angeles. Redick surveying the D. Passes it to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
George dishes to Leonard. No good that time. Good D by Hardaway. Mavericks trail by 4. Here's Redick. And he gets the bucket.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. George, that's a 2-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in. Porzingis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Great offensive performance they're putting on.
And guys, we call that the zone because that's where they are right now. They are in a zone, and I'm sure they feel unstoppable.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside, Batum. Here's Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Doncic outside. Over Jackson. Pass to Richardson. Clock at 4. Fires the 3. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got his 4th assist in this one.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
On the wing, Jackson. Richardson cover. In the corner, George with it. The rebound by Marjanovic.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Richardson gets a wide open look. Another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Mavericks shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Clippers trail by 4. Pass to Jackson. Kicks it to Morris. And there's the pass to George. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, once Paul George gets in that deep, get out of the way. He's coming right at you.
And 1:01 left here in the 3rd quarter. In the corner, it's Richardson. And shot on the way. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Richardson's got 7.
I love the unselfishness, and you know coaches do as well.
Well, not just coach, but you can see it in the teammates, the way that they look at him. They appreciate it when he shares the ball like that. He really suffocated him there, guys. Just excellent work.
Here's Finney-Smith. No good with the triple. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Kicks it out to Leonard. Takes a 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Marjanovic has got 5 rebounds tonight. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. From deep 3-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. And now a 7-point Dallas lead.
An average shooter from deep, it's important that Doncic continues to work on this part of his game.
I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it.
And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Yeah, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. They've got Paul George. Marcus Morris is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jackson in at the 1. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Doncic against George. And that one, good.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And here is Doncic. From deep, the long distance 3 is buried. Doncic has got the lead up to 11 now for Dallas. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know
but,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. It's good on the putback.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Now here's Beverly. Oh, Morris in position. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Now Richardson. Just 5 on the clock. Passes it to Brunson. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, did they need that rebound. I mean, they have struggled on the boards overall, but still with a chance to win.
Kennard's shot is off. Dallas leading by 11. No one near Marjanovic as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Back to Morris, 9 feet out, and the shot is good. Morris has got 4 this quarter.
An efficient scorer inside. Morris can beat you with a variety of moves.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
Yeah, I don't think you have to tell Porzingis twice to take shots like that. Once the ball's in his hands, he's looking to the rim.
Leonard draws the double. It's George on the wing. Shoots over Redick. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Paul George.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
1:44 left to play here in the fourth. Doncic looking it over. Pass to Redick. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And he overshot that one, missing. And so it's Leonard with it. We'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Takes the 3. He can't get that one to fall. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Doncic with it. Pass to Kleba. This one for 3. Out to Doncic. He dishes it to Hardaway. Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. Morris with the ball. Batum with the ball. Out guarded by Porzingis.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing. And his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there. Kind of a glue guy.
Dallas has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Jackson against Doncic. 40 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. A 3 from Porzingis. Reggie Jackson with the rebound.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Morris. And the Clippers miss again. Here's Porzingis. The pass to Hardaway. The 3 for Doncic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Hardaway. And the Mavericks lead by 10.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight. Getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this one.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.